There are conflicting reports on AEW and Warner Bros. Discovery having a brand new media rights deal agreed in principle. We'll let you know all of the details on that. Plus, the ratings are in for Saturday's edition of AEW Collision on TNT, and it's positive news when it comes to the beginning of AEW's residency in Arlington, Texas. We also have the ratings for Friday's edition of AEW Rampage on TNT. 1/3 of the brand new AEW World Trios champions Killswitch reportedly has suffered a partially torn bicep injury. MVP dusts off his pro wrestling boots amid rumors that he has been removed from the eternal WWE roster and is expected to exit WWE alongside Bobby Lashley. Plus, Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax are expected to be rewarded following recent backstage praise. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. And let's start off with the latest developments when it comes to an impending media rights renewal between Warner Bros. Discovery and All Elite Wrestling. Now, a story first written by SE Scoops suggested that a deal had been agreed in principle and an announcement could be imminent between both parties for an extension of an undisclosed amount of time. Now, SE Scoops is reporting that All Elite Wrestling and Warner Bros. Discovery have an agreement in principle to keep AEW on Turner Networks for the next several years. Citing sources in the television industry, SE Scoops says that AEW and WBD's deal would add AEW content to the Max streaming platform, including pay-per-views. Now, it's unknown how much AEW would earn moving pay-per-views over to streaming. Two sources, according to SE Scoops, emphasized that the deal was an agreement in principle only and on paper, but could change as both sides get closer to signing off, but there is an agreement on paper. Now, they say an official announcement of an extension could happen within the next several weeks. Garrett Gonzalez and Dave Meltzer corroborated the report on Saturday's Wrestling Observer Radio. Exact numbers on the deal weren't available, but were said to be, quote, the middle to high side of what the two groups were negotiating. Of course, AEW's exclusive negotiation window with WBD ended this past weekend on July 21st. So certainly had a lot of people talking that there was an agreement in principle. An announcement was coming in the next few weeks. Some suggested it might come during the AEW All-In pay-per-view, AEW's biggest show of the year, of course, at Wembley Stadium. But some cold water has been poured on this report, courtesy of Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select. Now, he is reporting this evening that a WBD AEW deal is expected, but is not done, Fightful Select has confirmed. On July 23rd, word emerged that a WBD AEW deal was imminent, with others saying that there was an agreement in principle. However, Fightful Select sources close to WBD's stance say there is nothing, quote, imminent, meaning over the next few days. Either company is not planning to announce a new deal imminently, and Fightful have been told the framework of a deal has not been agreed to by both sides. Both AEW and WBD expect a new deal to be reached and the relationship to continue, and say that things continue to be amicable. Tony Khan and Warner Bros. Discovery CEO David Zaslav are both scheduled to be in Paris for the Olympics and plan to meet, sources close to the situation have told Fightful Select. Now, this specific meeting has been planned reportedly for months, but it was stressed that it's not a guarantee they'll reach a deal over there in Paris, in France this week, though they are supposed to have conversations regarding the deal between WBD and All Elite Wrestling. Other sources close to the situation say that an offer has likely been made, but stressed there is no agreement in place as of today. Fightful had heard that there was an offer months ago from WBD to AEW, but it hadn't been agreed upon and was still being negotiated. So what are your thoughts when it comes to the developments of all of this? What do you think happens with AEW and their media rights with WBD? Of course, the expectation from both reports is suggesting that the expectation is that there will be a deal to be made and will be made between AEW and WBD. If indeed that is the case, when do you think it's going to be announced? How much do you think it's going to be for? How long do you think it's going to be for? Let me know your thoughts or reactions to all of it in the comment section below. Now, let's talk about the ratings for AEW Collision this weekend, and certainly was positive news for All Elite Wrestling. After a tough go going head-to-head with WWE Money in the Bank 2 weeks ago, AEW Collision pulled an interesting rating last week, which saw total viewership rise slightly, while the coveted 18 to 49 demographic saw one of the biggest gains the Saturday show had ever seen. Now, a week later, for the first Collision, taped as part of AEW's residency in Arlington, Texas, the reverse has occurred. WrestleNomics is reporting that Collision drew 472,000 total viewers and a 0.15 in the 18 to 49. Now, both numbers were up week over week, though the biggest gains were in total viewership, which climbed a monster 30% from last week's 362,000. Meanwhile, the 18 to 49 was only up slightly, rising 7% from a 0.14. Collision saw stronger gains against the 4-week average, with total viewership up 24% from 380,000, while the 18 to 49 was up 25% from a 0.12. While Collision's first of several shows held in Arlington's esports arena surely generated curiosity, the show also benefited with relatively little competition compared to usual, with no WWPLE, major sporting event or news story opposing it. As such, Collision pulled in its 4th highest rating of the year so far, their best numbers since May 18, when the show drew 523,000 total viewers and a 0.15 in the 18 to 49. Collision saw the crowning of brand new AEW World Trios champions in the main event, when the patriarchy of Christian Cage, Killswitch and Nick Wayne defeated Juice Robinson, Austin Gunn and Colton Gunn to become the 7th AEW Trios champions in company history. The show also featured the debut of Hologram, who defeated Gringo Loco, and Darby Allin's first match in 2 months, where he defeated the Beast Mortos to open the show and immediately challenged TNT champion Jack Perry to a match at AEW All In at Wembley Stadium. So what are your thoughts on the numbers for Collision this past Saturday? Now, speaking of ratings, we have the ratings for AEW Rampage on Friday night, and the Friday, July 19 episode of AEW Rampage averaged 284,000 viewers on TNT, which is down 16.2% from the previous week. It's the lowest audience total the show has done since June 7. In the 18 to 49 demo, Rampage drew a 0.10 rating. That's down 16.7% from last week. It ties the 4th highest rating the show has done since May 18, but again, is not great numbers for the show at all. Rampage had no major sports competition on the night. This coming week, the show is set to go head-to-head with Ring of Honor's Death Before Dishonor pay-per-view on the Honor Club streaming service. As compared to the same week in 2023, Rampage's overall viewership was down 31.6%, while its 18 to 49 rating was down 9.1%. So what do you think is the future of AEW Rampage, and how do you think that will tie in to the upcoming media rights negotiations? Will it be cancelled? Will it be moved? Will it be merged with another show? Let me know your reaction to that one too. And we spoke about Collision on Saturday, brand new AEW World Trios champions, but possibly an injury too. There has been an update on a new AEW champion who reportedly suffered an injury during the title match main event on Collision. While the patriarchy team of Christian Cage, Nick Wayne and Killswitch became the brand new AEW World Trios champions this past weekend, Killswitch, formerly known as Luchasaurus, was apparently hurt. According to a report from the Wrestling Observer, while Killswitch hurt his arm during the match against the Bang Bang Gang, which saw the patriarchy become champions, the report notes that the injury appears to be a partially torn biceps, but it is, quote, expected that Killswitch will work through it, end quote. The Bang Bang Gang had been forced to vacate the AEW World Trios Championships due to an injury suffered by Switchblade Jay White. Instead, the Guns teamed with Juice Robinson in a bid to win the vacant championship, but the patriarchy picked up the victory. So indeed, it looks like Killswitch is going to work through it, but of course we'll let you know what happens moving forward. Now, MVP, what's the latest when it comes to MVP? Well, he's had a tease on social media. MVP has suggested that his days in the ring are not over yet, amid rumours that his time in WWE will soon be coming to an end. On Instagram, the former United States champion shared a photo of his wrestling boots with the caption, quote, "Dusted these off." When a fan said that MVP's boots don't look hung up to me, MVP responded by saying, "They are not." Now, MVP hasn't competed in over 2 years. with his most recent match seeing himself and Omos losing via disqualification to the Street Profits on the July 18 edition of Monday Night Raw. Since returning to WWE in January 2020, MVP has had 44 matches for the company and has not the best win-loss record, it must be said. Though he hasn't wrestled in some time, MVP has no plans on retiring from the ring. In May of this year, the WWE superstar/manager underwent stem cell therapy treatment, which he hopes will extend his career in the squared circle. This pose comes, of course, at an interesting time for MVP, who alongside Bobby Lashley and Tamina Snuka have been rumoured to be removed from WWE's internal roster. It's been reported that the belief within WWE is that MVP and Bobby Lashley will exit the company and possibly reunite the Hurt Business in AEW, though without the WWE-owned name. WWE is said to have made Lashley an offer to stay, but the number has reportedly not made Lashley eager to re-sign just yet. And finally, it looks like we could be seeing a bit of a push for Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton due to the recent impressive nature of their work in WWE. There's been backstage praise for Nia Jax, according to a recent report, with implications for Tiffany Stratton. Jax, of course, is the Queen of the Ring, having won the tournament of the same name by defeating Lyra Valkyria at King and Queen of the Ring on May 25, 2024. Stratton was also able to seize the Women's Money in the Bank briefcase at the Money in the Bank PLE on July 6. Currently, both women wrestlers are working together, something that Bayley has recently questioned, as can be seen on SmackDown. According to WRKD Wrestling, WWE higher-ups have had praise for Jax, with Stratton seeing the benefits. Quote, Nia Jax has received praise in recent months for her continuously improved performance and is expected to be rewarded for it. Tiffany Stratton will reap the rewards as well. Jax, of course, faces Bayley for the WWE Women's Championship at SummerSlam on August 3rd, 2024, while Stratton has the Money in the Bank briefcase for use for a future championship cash-in opportunity. The former WWE Raw Women's Champion returned in 2023, first at the Royal Rumble and then on a full-time basis in September of that year. But there you go, guys. The latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.